Hello, my friends, and welcome to another episode of Rural Contractors. I'm your host, Paul Osmondson, and today's topic is all I do is put out fires. So a friend just sent me a reel of this kid trying to shut a double gate, and this just brought on this whole topic. So, you know how you're maybe on a hill a little bit, you got two gates, you're trying to shut them, and this kid looked like he was 5-6 years old, and he's throwing the one gate, then he's running to the other gate, grabbing it and trying to run back. And by that time, the other gate had went just past his fingertips. He couldn't reach it. This is a skill that a farm kid eventually masters pretty well, where they can fling that one gate, run over, grab the other one just in time. It's coming back, hinge the gate or chain the gate and move on. But in this video, we were watching the struggle of this kid try to shut these gates. And it was just this continual battle. I grab this one, I fling it, I miss it. You know, he grabs the other one, he flings it, he misses it. Back and forth. And not only that, but he flings it and it goes too far and it gets stuck on the other side. And he's sitting there holding this one gate and he can't really let that go and it reverses back the other way. I think this is very relatable to a business owner just putting out fires. Do we actually get to the meaningful work that we want to do in that day? And we can find a lot of meaning in putting out these fires because it's nice to be needed. And you're constantly needed and fixing other people's problems. But the reality of it is a lot of times we let other people's problems come in and be our problem. And we're sitting down here being this problem solver and we're solving everybody else's problems and we're not solving our problems, or we are solving our problems and we're solving their problems. But are we moving the needle forward on our business? This was me. Not only am I solving other people's problems, I have my own problems I'm fixing, but I was really trying to be focused on building my construction business. You know what would happen? We'd get on a job, we'd be doing something, somebody would call one of my pastures, the cows got out, and you're running over there to fix fences. So how do we bring this to a practical level so that we're not constantly chasing our tail like a dog sitting, running in a circle, chasing his own tail? That's how I felt a lot of times, is I'm chasing my own tail. I am running around putting out problems. My problems, other people's problems, but I never felt like I was getting anywhere. I didn't feel like I was mastering my skill, my trade, being efficient at what I did. I was just consistently chasing my tail. So the first thing I needed to do was, what are my main problems that I can slowly fix these problems so that they never happen again? One thing that really ate at me, because I would push it off because I had all of these other fires until that thing became its own fire, was pushing off my bids. I would have a list of people that I needed to get material lists that I needed to go see and get that done. And it weighed on me when it got to be 5 or 6 of them. When it's one, it's like, oh, no big deal, I'll get to that. And I'm constantly chasing fires. But then all of a sudden there's 5 and it's become its own fire. I have to get these out. I said I would get these out and I need to get them out in a timely manner. In this, my mindset was, I have to continue to get the work done. That's what brings me the money in now. But I wasn't in this mindset of, I have to keep my pipeline full. I have to keep jobs in the future coming in so I have a current job to work on. So when I switch that mindset of these estimates and quotes are more important than the jobs that are going on, that was a huge change for me. But how do I put out these fires permanently? So this is just the first one that's coming to mind is my estimating system. I didn't have a system. I didn't have a system for following up. And you had to have all of this mental weight in your head. Once I got a CRM and started putting reminders in there so that I can look at it and it'd be like, you need to call this client and this client. You got the material list back. You need to get this information to them. It was all in one spot and it was written down. But more than that, how do you create the system so that it takes you less time? So that's where we started implementing some things like Zapier, getting our website more precise, building templates, custom templates that work the same every time. You just put the new name in. These things drastically reduced my time that it took to bid, making it not that big of an issue. So a bid comes in, boom, I take 5-10 minutes, I get it done, call the people, follow up, put them in my CRM. It's not taking a lot of my time. So that this estimating skill is never going to become a fire because I'm staying on top of it. What other fires are you chasing? For me, a lot of it was my cattle running all over, fixing fences, and that's something that I couldn't control all of that. Yes, you can have the best fences in the world and they can still get out. Things still happen. What are your fires? How can you get focused on your things that are constantly becoming fires and making them less probable to become fires in the future? All while keeping your needle moving forward in your business and your life. I know that this is very common in the construction industry because I talk with contractors and they're like, oh, so-and-so called, I have to call you back. We are constantly chasing fires. How do we think of these things and prioritize? What is the one thing that moves our business forward? What project are you on? Sometimes we bounce from project to project. Well, how do we get this one done so that it's done and I don't have to think about it anymore? It's getting focused, it's getting priorities, and it's getting a team in place to take care of some of their own fires. And maybe you're the type of person like me that you're allowing other people to put their fires on you and you're like, yeah, I got this. There's the saying that's like, if you need something done, ask somebody that's busy. If you ask a lazy person to do something, they're going to be like, no, I don't want to, whatever. But somebody that's busy is just like, yeah, I'll get that done on my way. And they just do it. But in that, what other problems are we taking on? Who are we putting on the back burner? For me, I had all of these problems coming in of my own, of other people's, whatever. It's just like I couldn't say no to anything and I was just doing all the time. And the truth of the matter is I loved it. I loved doing. But when it came down to it, it was like, am I letting my home front burn down because I'm not there for them? I'm not doing what they're asking me to do. I'm not doing what my family is asking me to do and show up and be there and be present in enjoying time with my family because I am out there just chasing fires. There is an adrenaline rush with chasing a fire. I know I've burnt my terraces and pretty soon my whole cornfield's on fire and I'm grabbing a drag and you're going around. This is what it's like chasing a fire. This is why the title is Chasing a Fire, because you're chasing the fire, you're dragging it over and over and over, but it's kicking back up again. It's kicking up, and then you're doing the same thing over and over. You're over here, you got this area out, then you go over there and you get that area out. You're not consistently putting the fire out once and leaving it out. That's what we're doing with our businesses and our lives. How do we get to a point where we're organized, efficient, we have a team, and we're just solving those, we're solving the problems that we need to solve, and we're letting other people solve the problems that they need to solve, and we're being a leader. We're giving people the good tools to put out the fires of our own team. That comes down to getting good equipment. That we got this fire truck, we spray this out and it's done. We did it efficiently the first time and we're not worried about it. That's the type of organization that I want to have, that I want to encourage people to have, is that you have a system and a plan so that when fires do come, we're putting them out and they're done. I hope this episode was valuable, and we'll catch you on the next one.